Welcome to Wednesday Words. This is Cindy Curtis again. I'm sitting in my backyard porch, trying to let you see a little bit of the flowers over my shoulder, and it's one of those pre-storm humidity days here. Really kind of nerve-wracking to think that we don't know what's going to happen in a couple days as far as our storm system goes, but that's life in the low country, and I really wouldn't have it any other way. I love coming to talk to you each week, and I've been doing some really deep thinking this week and living out of my comfort zone. And that's what I want our topic to be about today. As a writer, you often have to go out of your comfort zone into maybe a piece of writing that you've not ever considered before, maybe something you're asked to write that, well, it's not really in your wheelhouse, but someone has read your writing and gives you that, oh, you're such a good writer. Would you write an article about this, this, this? And while that is complimentary, it sometimes pushes us to have to do some research, to have to write from a different viewpoint, and all that is growth. I do not like to be out of my comfort zone. I have been probably for the past month really working in an area that I am not an expert at, and it has taught me a lot. And I have to admit that some of it I have been really struggling with, and I feel like the Lord is teaching me that I have to trust Him. He is training me. He is training the people that I am working with. He is working on all of us in mighty ways, but it's not fun. And it is hard to be out of your comfort zone. What are you working on? Do you have something that is going on in your life? Maybe it's not writing. Maybe it's something that you've just been pushed into, or you've had to take over, or you've had to step up and lead, or even better than that, you've had to be the servant and let others do the leading. All of those things are steps that teach us, but they're not fun steps. I feel like they are where we learn where our trust lies. Who do we rely on? Are we counting on other people, or are we counting on the prayer that we can lift up, the source of relief and energy that we have available to us all the time? It's a day by day, and it calls me to be fully engaged. I can't let go of my focus on what I'm trying to do and feel sorry for myself. I can feel frustrated, but I've got to be able to move past that frustration. And for me as a writer, I've been working really hard on, as I shared with you a bit last week, putting my book out there again with a new cover. And that has been the most tedious process of anything that I have done. It's almost like I've had to start completely over with a book again and do a lot of the formatting. Is, the gutter right? Is the margins right? Is this going to bleed into the middle of the book when it's open? They're not going to be able to read this column of words. It's a lot. I don't like that tedious stuff. Just let me write it. And unfortunately, I can't afford to pay someone right now to do all that tedious work for me. But I can always dream that might happen one day. But if I stay the course, if I stick with it, if I go day by day, fully engaged, I realize that I am trudging. I'm not sprinting. And that's right where I'm supposed to be. Sometimes in the trudging is where we drag our feet, but we also see things that we might have missed had we been sprinting by. And I have been, even my little tag on my tea bag today reminded me that I have got to show grace and compassion even in the middle of the trudging. And that's pretty darn amazing. So here I am, and here you are. And what are you working on? I want to get my writing, that one book that I'm trying to recover and send out again, but I also have almost finished editing my first adult novel that I think you're going to enjoy. And I'd like to get that out maybe in the next October. sometime. So it can be, I'm trying to decide, do I self-publish it, or do I offer it to a small press that has a determination to publish new authors that are from South Carolina. So, I've got a lot to think about, but I'm also a youth director, and I also am helping with lots of ministries, and I have family, on and on and on. All the things that we can say, that how trudging is hard. It just is. But I'm going to tell you, trust. Trust is what I keep coming back to. Trust that I'm where I'm supposed to be, that God is going to provide me with what I need, and you too. But we have to stay in that trust. And oh, is it hard. Well, wish you have a good week, and think about what I've said. And I hope that next week will be the beginning of October. Can you even believe that? And, living fully engaged.